Thank you, Matt. A couple of good wins last week at home against the Texas schools. Did some good things. I think we improved as a basketball team, and we're looking forward to playing Monroe tomorrow night. Monroe is the second hottest team in the league behind us. The state of Louisiana has been playing well. We won 5 in a row. They won 4. They are 1-11 on the road. They beat Northwestern State in their first road game early in the season. They've struggled since. The Georgia swing, we swept. They were swept, and that's the difference in our records right now. They've been very good at home. They beat us up there earlier in the season, and we're going to have a really good game tomorrow to win this basketball game, because it should be a very competitive game. Roberson's playing very well for them. He's shooting the ball. He's playing at a high level. He was state player of the week and conference player of the week last week. Ding has played like a first-team all-league guy that he probably is. Capola had a career high the other night of 26. So they have played very well, and they're coming in looking to take a game from us at the Cajudome tomorrow night. After that, we'll get up the next day and head for Baton Rouge, fly to Baton Rouge Wednesday morning, to Atlanta, to Charlotte, and then bus over the mountain to Boone. Haven't looked at the weather yet. Neil Harden's a resident weatherman on our staff. He didn't say anything this morning, so I assume that we'll be able to get in there and hopefully get out. We'll be off after that on Saturday, and be an opportunity to take advantage of some recruiting days.
Coach, what's the main thing that they haven't been able to do on the road that they've done at home? Is it pulling people that shooting percentages down, or is it shooting the ball?
Just it's both. They haven't made the shots that they made at home, but they have not defended quite as well either. I mean, just like us, they're 9-0 at home. I mean, I think they're 23-4 maybe the last 2 years at home. You know, we're 35-4 the last 3 years at home. So everybody likes to play home games.
What are you doing now? Obviously, you're playing way better now than the first time you played them way long ago. But what are you doing better now that you think is really going to help you in the matchup compared to the first time?
Well, we're better defensively. We're making shots. We're 2 for 13. I didn't look at the stats. What did we shoot from 3 the first time we played them? 2 for 13. We're not going to win many games shooting 2 for 13 from 3. And knock on wood, we haven't done that recently. So, and they were 9 of 15, Kevin, in that game. They had traditionally not shot it well. They shot it well that game, and they've shot it well since in some games. But we lost a 3-point game by 21 points.
Talk about some of the strengths that the Warhawks have that will make it a challenge for you guys to overcome.
Well, they're hard to score against. Ding does a good job shooting the ball and scoring the ball. Capola is a very smart and heady point guard, does a nice job running their team, and then the other night he gets 26, so he's very capable of scoring as well. I believe when we played him the first time, he had 18, and that was his career high to date. And Ding got a career high against us in that game, which both of them have topped since. So they're very good players. And Roberson, I should say, making up their big 3, has really played much better since we played them.
21-7 your last 2 years in February and March. What makes this the time of year your teams seem to start kind of coming together?
Well, we just, with practice for a couple of months, you certainly have more experience with the guys, and guys have settled into their roles a little bit. I think we talked about that on Saturday after the game, and it makes a big difference. And it's certainly the time of the year to play your best basketball going into the tournament.
Ding had, when you all played him up there in December, he had 30, am I correct?
30, yeah, which was a career high at the time. I want to say he's had 34 since.
Kind of what did he do against you guys then that you have to protect against?
Well, we missed coverages on him, and he made 3 3-pointers that we weren't supposed to let him have any open looks, and he makes 3, and he also made some free throws for him.
The game Tuesday night will kind of feature 2 of the top players in the conference, Sean and Dane. Can you talk about although they don't really match up on the court as far as their spots and everything, can you talk about the matchup, between those two guys?
Well, the similarities are they're the tallest guys on their team, but they won't match up against each other. Ding is a perimeter player, and Sean's more of an inside player that has perimeter skills, can play out there as well. Ding both lead their team certainly in block shots and scoring and ability to get to the free throw line.
Talk about the free throw line. Your guys have been able to get there in the last few games, and you've knocked them down. And that really wasn't necessarily the case early in the year. Is that concentrating on trying to do that, or is that just the way the games flow?
No, we shoot them, and some days they don't go in, but we don't read too much into it. We continue to practice, and we've gotten better and better. And I feel like the repetitions that we've had and guys are feeling more confident shooting the ball has been a big plus to us. And we need to score from the free throw line. We're first in conference. And when I look at conference play, I look at 10 games. I don't look at the other games because they're not comparable in my mind. They're not against like competition. So everything I do is based off the conference games once we get past 4 games. And we're first in free throws attempted, we're first in free throws made, and we're also first in percentage, or second in percentage, I think. First, okay, so there you have it. So we're doing a good job being aggressive and getting to the line. And it's a way for us to score, Dan. I mean, you look at our team that first year when we had that streak and we won 11 in a row, I mean, we were getting a lot of points at free throw line. So we need to drive the ball and make sure we continue to be aggressive.
But you mentioned, I think if the score gets Monroe, that could be a big part of it.
They're good defensively. They've done a good job. They play zone, man, and want to score down. They've been scoring more. They're shooting the ball and playing a little bit faster at home, certainly, but they are really good at keeping the game tight, like Texas State tries to do. They want the game in the 50s, 60s.
Last week you talked about it was hard to get Devontae minutes without Bryce Washington and Sean Long been playing. Well, you got him some minutes against Texas State, and he didn't miss a single shot. Is that kind of the contribution you're looking for him to come in and provide a spark?
Certainly. We'll take that every night. He played well and knew that he would. He's going to have some more games like that hopefully coming up. And some of the other guys have stepped up too. As Luke reported and we talked about, it's been a team affair and different guys have driven the bus.
Going back to the February, March thing, you say it quite frequently. That's the time of year you want to be playing your best ball. How do you kind of drill the guys into playing that way? And how does this always kind of seem to work out?
We just try to grow as a team and continue to be positive with them, let them know the most important part of the season is at the end. Again, look at how we started the season. We played a very difficult schedule. We played some teams from ACC, SEC, Pac-12, West Coast Conference. Had a difficult schedule. We didn't fare as well from the win-loss column as we would have liked. But yet it doesn't matter when you start conference. It starts all over. Now flip the script and look at Arlington. And were off to a great start. And they got in conference. They struggled a little bit. They've lost a couple of games. I think they've got 3 more road games coming up. And then they play us in Monroe at home. And then they turn around and go back on the road for maybe 4. So the schedules have flipped. And it doesn't really matter what you do in non-conference. It matters in conference. And I've been a part of a team like Arlington. I was 12-1 at one time, and lost the first conference game at home, and it was disappointing. But it happens. So just stay the course, keep practicing hard, keep telling the guys that this is March is what it's all about. And we finished the years strong recently with our team and been one of the better teams in the league. And it's nice to be hot going in the conference tournament.
Just briefly on the trip to Boone, was there, when you talk about the growth of the team, was there, as far as dealing with playing on the road and maybe making a long trip, was there a particular game this season, maybe Atlanta, maybe some other game, was there, when you talk about the growth of the team, was there one game where it really jumped out at you, like, hey, this is a game we really made some progress here as far as growth during the season so far?
Probably the Georgia swing, Brian, and you guys remembered that we talked about after Arkansas State, we led the whole second half. We don't block out on them. 2 missed free throws. They get a long rebound. They get a shot, score it, get a foul, and then we miss a shot to win the game. And I felt good about leading Arkansas State the entire second half till 7.6 seconds remained in the game. And I knew that we were headed that direction. And we go to Georgia Southern, play well. In the second half against Georgia State, probably got us started. Coach Schleiman came in our locker room the other night. His son brought out the ball before the game, and he came in after the game and asked if he could say a couple of words. And he asked the guys, when they think of soda pop, what do they think about? You know, Coke. When you think of chicken sandwiches, what do you think about? Our guys think Chick-fil-A because that's all we eat after every road game, thanks to Mike Murphy. So that was an easy one for him. And Theo said, here's the story. Where did Coke start? It started in Atlanta. Where did Chick-fil-A start? It started in Atlanta. He said, where did your season start? It started in Atlanta.
Coach, you talked a lot, you know, when you got into this 5-game stretch about the backcourt elevating their game and playing. And so it's no coincidence that they have played really well during this 5-game win streak. But the front court has as well. You know, Sean, Washington has elevated. I mean, he's had some big games. He was 1 rebound away the other night from a double-double. And then the 2 guys coming off the bench have really played well. When Sean has gotten some foul trouble, doesn't bring them in. So backcourt has elevated the game, but your front court is also seems to be doing really well.
They've been very steady, very consistent, BJ, all year. And Bryce is feeling more comfortable. His knee's a little bit better. He was not 100% when we were at Monroe. I watched the game yesterday. The last time we played him, he did not play well at all. Devontae didn't play well either, or Sean. None of those 3 guys did, or Jay Hedgeman. But Bryce is more comfortable. He's healthy, and each game he's feeling more at ease with what he needs to do to help us win. Sean's been very steady. Devontae's come in and had his moments, and so is Jay Hedgeman. So hopefully they'll continue to play well, and we can get our guards to be consistent as well. If that happens and we make some shots and keep defending, we're going to have a chance to win.
Is that consistency? It looks like this, Coach, from your front court, that seems to be an advantage that you have. And just looking at the next few appointments, with those 4, that's going to be an advantage for you. Those guys play well.
Right, and rebounding is an advantage we have every night, and that was something that really helped us against Arlington. They were actually ahead of us in the conference rebounding margin. And I think after the game, we increased our lead and went up to maybe +9, I don't remember. And they dropped down and all the way to like 4th because of that.
A guy who might not be getting written about or talked about much, but Steven Ronkowski's played in all 19 games, started in 7 of them. Talk a little bit about the contributions that he's given to this team right now to give you guys a lot of flexibility with rotations and stuff like that.
Steven's done a great job. Ron, he got us off to a great start the other night, hit a couple of quick shots. He's shooting the ball with confidence. He's very good for us on the offensive end. Sometimes on the defensive end, he has some issues like a couple of our other guys do as well. So some of those guys can't play at the same time in a game where we need to get stops. But Steven has done a great job for us. And he's going to play in every game and make a contribution. And he's been really good since he started playing up at Arkansas State.
Another guy who's been shooting with a lot of confidence lately is Jay. I think he just kind of just walked right in. They were playing off of him the other day. He walked right into it and just calmly saying bad things. So is there a difference then just from starting to make shots that he's just starting to feel more confident in that stroke?
Yeah, just at the time of the year too, Luke. That's probably part of the question you asked earlier. We're better as a team because we know our guys are getting better, and we work on player development all year. We try to get in these guys' heads and make sure they understand how they can help the team and how they are affecting the team. And Jay played well against Georgia State. He didn't really score the ball, but he did a good job for us. And then we come home in the South Al and Troy games, he played well, especially Troy. Would he have, I think, 7 assists, 1 turnover? So he had some confidence going in this week. His family was here to watch him. But when you hit the first shot of the game for a couple of games, it kind of gives you the confidence you need. And we need him to step up. We felt like he would, and he's done that. So his play is important to our success.
Kind of mentioned Atlanta being the turning point for the guys this year. Bryce said, you know, they and you've referenced this earlier this year, that they kind of just came together and they're more of a unit now than they were maybe at the beginning of the year. Are you seeing that as well?
Yes, definitely. And I saw it the week that we practiced going into Arkansas State in Little Rock. That trip, we finished the Little Rock game, 2 for 20 from the field. We're down 4, and then we played really good at Arkansas State and probably should have won that basketball game. So I felt good coming back, and we've practiced well and grown since that time. And we need to keep our confidence up and continue to do the things that have gotten us there. And we did some mental toughness things in practice that I think the guys fought through, and that helped pick each other up and helped us develop as a team as well.
The sprints that you were putting them through.
That's part of it, yes. Yeah.
Anybody else?
Thanks, guys.